Hey everyone, I wanted to share a project that I made this weekend for some Christmas crafting. I'm calling these my Cuppa Love Christmas packets because that is the name of the stamp and die set from Paper Tray Ink. I only use the die for this particular project. Here it is. And you can see it's going to be a larger shape. At the end of this video I have a kind of a demo on how I put it together if you're interested in watching. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. The other thing I used for the project is this mitten die from Memory Box. It's called Precious Mittens. And then I also used a die from Lawn Fawn. It's the 4U die, and you can see they have a coordinating stamp that goes little one that kind of looks like it. And I don't know what this one is called, but I'm assuming it's called 4U, but it is from Lawn Fawn, so I used that as well. So here is my mug that I created, and for this I used the Santa Baby paper, some of the Tonic Studios satin silver cardstock to cut the 4U, and here's the mittens. This is also Santa Baby paper, and then I used a little jingle bell, tied it up here to the handle. And for the snow, that I use the Distress rock candy. Is it rock candy? Yeah, clear rock candy dry glitter, and I've been using that a lot lately. So you can see I used it here. I kind of just dipped the mittens in so that it would look like they were holding snow at some point, and then on the top I kind of use that as like a foamy kind of look to it. And I used some of the Nuvo dimensional clear glaze to put that down on the top across here. So to put my items in the cup, I just used some tulle that I have, and I think I got this at either Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I don't know because it doesn't have the wrapper on it anymore. And I also used some tinsel from my stash to tie it off. So that is basically it. Right now what I have is 4 tea bags in here, and you're going to see that in the demo. It fits way more than that. Obviously it can fit a gift card because the gift card will fit in this pocket here if you wanted to add one in here. But I will show you how I put these together if you continue watching the video. And I made 4 of these. They're pretty much all the same idea. And yeah, just wanted to share that with you all. So thanks for watching, and please continue watching if you'd like to see how I put them together. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Hi all. So I am going to film how I put together my so-called Cuppa Love mugs. This is the stamp set again that has the coordinating die from Paper Tray Ink. It is a 2-sheet, what do you call it, stamp set. So this is probably like $24, I believe, on Paper Tray's website. So this is the stamp set, and then of course the die set. It has the cup, which is pretty big if you look at my hand, and here it is on a sheet. And then it also has this little round tag which does an embossing, and then this piece here which is a pocket. So you actually have both, I guess, another piece to put a pocket inside. It actually goes like that. When you get it, it looks like this. It's all hooked together. So I just cut the center piece apart so I could do my cutting. So anyway, I wanted to show you how I put them together, and so thanks for joining me on this. As I said, this is actually just a partial die cut of the large cup. So you can see here, if I lay the die over the piece, that I cut the bottom off. And that was more for how I wanted it to look. You can certainly do the same technique and cut the whole mug if you wanted to. Or if you have a different mug in your stash, you could just do what I'm going to do, making sure that your fold line, your crease line for your paper lines up to where you're not going to cut it across the bottom if you use this technique. So this is nothing new. You crease your paper, and I did a measurement on the cup to find out how tall it was going to be from the bottom crease to the top part, because I wanted to make this a pocket. And so I just took my Santa Baby paper and put it down on the scoreboard. And because I did the measurement, I knew that the cup wasn't going to be beyond this where you see it laying. It's probably hard to see it. Let me turn over the paper so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So here's the paper, the different designs. You can actually see the difference of where I would put my score line. So I just put my score line just above where I knew I needed the paper height. So just keep that in mind. So I scored the paper and I folded it. Now, you notice this side is now upside down. So this is going to be the back side of your mug. This is going to be the front side of your mug. So make sure you're aware of the direction of your paper. If you have one of those papers that has a top and a bottom, you know, the image is top to bottom, right? So I knew that the height on the back was going to be enough for the cup, and just place the die down, face down onto the paper. And what I do when I'm die cutting is I will take a piece of sticky note or tape and stick it down so the die doesn't move. That's just to make sure I don't screw it up. So if you were to look at this from the back side, you'll see that the cut lines that are on the die, and this is what you'll want to do with yours, the cut lines on the die do not cross over that crease. So you want to make it straight, and you want to make sure that it is not crossing that die cut line. See, I have it, your design of your die may be different if you're using a different die, but the crease is right here. You don't want it to cross that die cut line, or it will cut a hole, and you'll have a hole, and you'll see it when you open up your mug. So I'm not going to die cut that piece for you, but you end up with a piece like this. So if you were to unfold it, it looks like this. I can get that on camera. And again, this is the front and this is the back. And so to make the gussets, because I wanted to make pockets, you could actually turn this into a gift card holder, obviously. I cannot find a gift card that I had sitting around, but yes, a gift card fits perfectly in this particular die cut because it is wide enough and tall enough. There's plenty of room for a gift card in this particular die cut now. I wish I could find it, but I set it down. It's a Joann's gift card too, which is used, but that's okay. Anyway, you guys get the idea that it will fit in here, and you could even put it in a pocket. So if the pocket was like, you know, ended right here, the gift card would poke out, like, you know, maybe a Starbucks gift card or some other coffee house. So I didn't do that with this in mind. I wanted to make pockets, so here's one that I put together, and I purposely, I knew that there would be a hole because I was just using scrap paper to do the gussets here. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just that there is this hole here and it doesn't go all the way to the top. I don't care. This is going to go to somebody who probably is just going to throw this out when they're done with it. So this has 4 tea bags in it. The gussets, obviously, however big you make the gusset, will tell you how much you can fit in it. I didn't want to put too much and also overload it, but this is just made from scrap paper, these 2 sides. So, and then of course you can see how the mug handles kind of stick out before you go and tie them together. So I'm going to show you how I did the gussets. This is nothing new. It's not tricky by any means. You just got to make sure you're paying attention. So I cut 2 strips of scrap paper exactly the same width and height. And then I took the first one, laid it in my scoreboard, found the center of the found the center of the actual piece of paper. It's right here. And then scored it with my, this is the thing you use to make flowers, with my stylus. So scored it down, and then I flipped the paper over, okay? And then I found how, I kind of figured out how wide I wanted the gusset to be, and then just scored it again in these two spots, because you're going to have two on, two folds, one on either side of that center line on this side of the paper, on the flip side of the paper. That is so that you can have your accordion. See, I scored it, and then I just creased it along those scores. So it's got a mountain, valley, mountain fold. And you have your little gusset. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other piece of paper. If you forget what the lines are, you can just put your previous one down, put your other one underneath it, and then find the starting point and score it. So that's all I did for this, and then I put the red line tape on either side just to make sure that this is not going to go anywhere. I could use glue if I wanted to, but I think it's a lot easier to put together when you are doing the tape. So I will show you on camera, if I can, how I put this together with the red line tape. So I just look at the pattern of my gusset here to make sure I know which one I want to be on the outside, and I like this side better. So this one's going to be on the left side, since you will be able to see that more. And then I will put this one on the right hand side. So this is the front of my cup, and actually I probably shouldn't have taken that tape off yet, but I did. So I'm going to start with the back piece and just hopefully, well, maybe I can just, let's do this so I don't screw it up. Okay, I just put the tape back on that front lip. I'm going to stick this down to the back by hopefully lining up my gusset. And I didn't do a good cutting job there, so I'll just fold that in there. You didn't see it. So this is the back side. This is the back sticky piece that's going to go down to the back side. And you just want to take that score line that you have right to the edge of the mug in the at the proper height of where you want it. And I am not putting it all the way towards the bottom because my cup happens to have this little gap right here, so you don't want to see the gusset. So I'm going to just stick it along the side somewhere so that it's centered vertically. So there you go. And I'll just press it down. So you can't see the gusset on this side, but you'll be able to see it, you know, from the side of the cup because it is dimensional. So I'm not going to stick the other side yet to the mug. I'm going to do this one. And again, finding the correct side that it lines up with. I'm going to remove the tape. And then what you want to do with this is make sure that it is lined up also with the other one that you put on vertically. And I do it by just eyeballing it from this side. It's just easier. And hopefully I get it in the right spot on that score line. These don't have to be perfect, though. Come on. Okay, so now you have the two gussets stuck down. You can remove the tape from the front side of the gusset and stick that down as well. I probably should have done the right-hand side first because it has the mug, what do you call it? The mug handle. So it's a little harder to work around the handle on my die, but you know, it'll be all right. It's a little more fiddly. So I'm sorry if I'm off camera. So I'm just sticking it down. You can't see that gusset on the edge, but it is close to the edge as possible. You just want to get it as close as possible without having it be visible, you know, once it's folded like that. So here's the other one. It's sticking out. I'm just going to tuck it in. Minding that I want it stuck in the same in the right spot. What I'll do is I'll squish it down before I adhere it So I'm holding the gusset down with my thumb, and I'm just going to put the front of the cup down so that it's positioned in the best place possible. So there you go. There is your cup of love. Here's it from the side, and you can see again you have that little opening there, but I'm not putting anything that's going to fall through that hole, so I'm not worried about it. And I actually could fill it with, I could put the stuff inside of a cellophane bag and then put it in the cup, but I may, yeah, I'm not sure yet. So that's just the construction of it, and then you can go to town decorating however you want. I just thought I love this paper so much with the mugs that it deserved to be in a die cut that was a mug. How predictable, right? So you can see here the gusset that I made on this one is slightly larger than the other, only because it's scrap pieces of paper, and so I cut these a little bit wider than the other. It's not that much of a difference. If you were to straighten out the gussets, you could probably get a good amount of goodies in there. And you could put a gift card too. So goodies plus a gift card equals fun. So anyway, that's it for now, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.